Alright dudes, so today we're doing a quick walk around and maybe demo some stuff for you on this really cool new 2021 Tesla Plaid. They've done a great job of revamping this. By the way, if you're interested in a Tesla Plaid but didn't get your order in time, email us. I'll have a email on the screen somewhere that you can contact us, because we may have a couple of these for sale depending on when you're, watching. So as you can see, they've done a really nice job of sort of revamping the styling of this. The chrome trim's gone, everything's kind of blacked out. Definitely a more modern look for the Tesla S. And of course, since it's a Model S, you've got the auto presenting door handles. However, this time you've got a key card, which is in my pocket, and you've got the phone key with the Bluetooth app. So the old Model S didn't have support for some of those things like the Model 3 and the Model Y does. So now they've brought it over to the S, which is great. And so these door handles just kind of auto present. It is really cool what they did with the handles though, now that it has that black trim instead of the chrome. So let's jump in here and I'll show you around the interior. So you can see right away, interior is way more modern. We've got this fantastic landscape display, which is really cool. Your secondary display, which, there was a rumor that maybe they would only keep one display, but nope, they still have the second display, which I think is really cool. Makes the Model S a little bit more luxurious. Of course, the biggest thing that we have to talk about is the yoke, okay? They've legit replaced the steering wheel with a yoke, okay? This is like something you would find on like a video game controller. So, yeah, it's a trip, dude. Let's just put it that way. Now, you might be thinking, well, this is really quite a bit different and non-traditional style of driving, and well, you're right. But this also brings another aspect to that, because you've got these capacitive buttons on the yoke, okay? So not only is it not a traditional wheel, but the buttons are touch sensitive. So it's almost like you're using the touch screen on your iPhone, is basically the closest thing I can really compare it to. So for example, the turn signal. If you lightly hold your finger on the button, it will put on the turn signal. And when you release the button, the turn signal goes off. The other thing that you can do is you can press hard with your finger. You got to keep this professional, okay? But if you do that, then it'll just like leave the turn signal on until you've completed turning, which we're not turning right now, obviously. And you can do the same thing with the lights, the horn, the speed, the windshield wipers, and voice control. So you can say a command and it will do, whatever. I'm not really a huge fan of voice command, regardless of the context, whether it's in a car or on a phone. It's just never really worked out for me. But as you can see, the interior also has some other nice features, like this Alcantara. Really nice material they've used here. So that's cool. Let's talk about the software for just a bit. Let Let me get it to focus here. So, yeah, the software is cool. I have found some bugs, of course, but keep in mind that I'm a UX and UI guy. Okay, that's what I do for, that's what I do professionally. So it's not like you if you're a normal person, you might not notice any of these things, but I have seen some inconsistencies with the UI and the UX. Okay, so just saying. So, at the bottom, you've got this sort of suite of controls. You've got the driving settings here. Now, the other thing I'd like to mention about this is that you've got options. You can put it in auto mode, and it will make the UI sort of in light mode, right? Like white background and black text. And it changes from that to dark mode at night. But I'm a dark mode kind of guy, so I always have it in dark mode, basically. And of course, there's other, display options that we probably won't get into, but, you can adjust the brightness, which is pretty cool. There's a few other controls. You've got the front button, charge port, mirrors, that sort of thing. Now, this is kind of cool because you can record what the car cameras can see. So if you're worried about, security and that sort of thing, you can sort of record what's going on. We've got kind of a new sort of layout here. You've got the acceleration, of course. You got the plaid mode, okay? And there's also a drag strip mode, so if you really want to launch it. The thing is this car is faster than every Lamborghini, every McLaren, every, Ferrari. And it is a 4-seat family sedan. So if you want to get a sports car, but you have a family, then just get one of these because, you'll be able to have the same kind of performance on a family saloon, okay? As Jeremy Clarkson says. You've got suspension, so you can actually raise the suspension height of the car if you want to go for like a low style. You can, that's what I've kind of put it in, but you can sit higher up if you want. You've also got this climate control, which is really cool. One thing that is upgraded in this car is you can turn on the climate for the seats, okay? And I don't know if you heard it, but it's starting to blow cool air out of these perforated holes in the seat. Okay, so if you live in a hot area like Florida, Mexico, Southern California, that's going to be really cool for you to turn on that, and it'll do cool air, and it makes a big difference, honestly, like versus just the AC, because sometimes when you're sitting for long periods of time, you get a little bit hot on the non-forward facing areas of your person. Another thing that's really cool that you can do is you can adjust the direction of where it blows, okay? So you can adjust it so that, say you're sitting in the driver's seat but you're a little bit taller, you can adjust it so that it blows air more this way instead of this way, right? So you can visualize where the air is kind of blowing over here. And you can, of course, turn it up. You've also got the Hepa filter, which I'm not too familiar with Hepa filters, but basically it's a filter that turns the air quality in this car into, like a very low contaminated setting, right? So I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of smoky here in the Bay Area. So for days like that, if you don't like the air quality, you can go in here and you can turn on the Hepa filter, okay? You've also got heated steering wheel, stuff like that. And then you've got the dog mode, the camper mode. If you want to leave your dog in here, then it'll keep the AC on. You've also got a few other, you know, software features here. This one does have the Spotify, okay? So this is kind of my other thing, is like, you've got this little like mini player, right? Which does kind of get in the way of like the yoke kind of gets in the way, so you can't really see what's playing. But you can swipe up and then it's kind of like this mini player, right? And so you've got Spotify, you can connect it to your phone, you've got tune-in radio, stuff like that. But then you can tap on the Spotify app and it will open up the full version of Spotify, where you can search and do what you normally do with Spotify. But then, like when you close this, like the mini player is still up, so it's a little bit inconsistent, okay? But again, keep in mind, I'm a UI guy, okay? So you know, it's gonna be what it is. You can just like select a song like you would on a PC or your phone, and it starts playing. You can adjust the volume controls with the controls on the yoke, of course. This one is for autopilot. So again, let me know if you want to see another video on that. The other thing is this right here. This is like for your phone. You've got two wireless charging spots under here. So one of them is for the driver, and you know, you can charge two phones here at the same time wirelessly, which is pretty cool. Next up, we've got this compartment here. Now this is kind of cool what they did with the cup holders and such. You've got you know, you can open it like that to get the cup holders. You can have it on the second setting, which is, you know, you get a little compartment for like, you know, pocket change or something like that. You can put your silver bars in there or something like that. But if you open it again and put the cup holders back, you've got this massive space down here with two USB-C ports, which is kind of cool. So lots of storage options. I'm really impressed with the storage in here. Definitely cool. And you know, again, this has two settings, so you can close it up if you want that minimal vibe. And of course, you've also got your main storage in the center console too. So again, tons and tons of storage in here. The one thing that I did find, and why I have these bottles in the sides, is because this bottle that I drink out of doesn't fit in the cup holder. However, it does fit in the side storage panels. So the side storage panels are really cool too. You've also got, of course, the arcade, and you've got the gaming system, and you've also got your sketch pad here too, so you can, you know, write interesting drawings on and such. So that's cool. Another thing to keep in mind is that on this car, you've got the touch sensitive exit buttons, okay? So you tap on the exit button and you will automatically get the door opened for you. So let's check out the back. And in my opinion, the back of this car is kind of the place to be, because, you know, you've got this really nice glass roof, which we don't really have anything above us, but you can kind of see how it works. It's a little bit cloudy today with all the smoke going on. And again, you've got this really nice Alcantara finish here, which is very nice. You've also got a passenger display for the rear. Okay, so you can actually control like music and stuff like that. That'd be a fun prank if you've got the kids back here or whatever. And so you've got that. You've got climate control for the back, heated and cooled seats back here, of course. And you've got YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Twitch. I don't really know what half that stuff is, but if you want it, like, you got it back here, dude. And the other thing is the seats back here are super comfy. Like, this is perfect for long road trips or stuff like that. Very nice place to be, especially with the entertainment system. You've got the 2 USB-C ports there. I don't know how comfy it would be to sit in the middle seat, but maybe we'll try that out with some willing participants. But the other thing is this folds down, right? So you've got 2 more cup holders right here, which is cool. And you've got another storage compartment. And of course, you've also got 2 more wireless charging. So if you've got kid number 1 and he has a phone, and kid number 2 and he has a phone, you can put both phones here and they can charge. So keep them entertained, right? Okay, so you've also got touch sensitive controls for the rear door exits, which is cool. And even though this is a family sedan, you've still got that borderless window design, which is awesome. So you've got that going on, which is cool. And this is your charging port, of course. That hasn't changed since the last model. But what you do have on the Plaid is this, this carbon fiber spoiler right here, which is awesome. And I can just hit a button and that goes up automatically, okay? And you've got this divider in case you don't want, people to snoop around with your belongings down here. If you got a turtle shell over here in the laptop, then you can cover it up like that. You can fold this forward too, or you can actually completely take it out if you wanted to. The whole thing comes out. And again, this is also finished in that Alcantara, so very nice finish. It's good that they kept that consistent, You can also hit this button and the seats will fold. So you can fold down the rear seats and put a bike or something like that in here. Probably fit a few bikes down here. And you've got this automatic close button as well. So if you hit that, the back will just close up, latch itself for you, and you'll be on your way, dude. You've also got the cameras, of course, for the autopilot stuff. Again, you've got really good space for, your family or your girlfriends or something like that. These seats up here are adjustable, but it's weird that the front seats are not adjustable. So back seats are adjustable, headrests, but not the front. But that's okay. I've never really had an issue, although I'm kind of a small dude. But yeah, if you have like a private driver or something like that, then this would be a great car to do that with. Of course, with autopilot on the horizon, you never know how much longer we'll need a driver, right? So taking a look at the passenger seat, it's pretty much the same situation. Can also pop the front, okay? And so Now we'll go around here and you can see you've got a bit more storage down here. Now this storage is a little bit smaller than the frunks on other S's because they need the tri-motor powertrain, okay? So since this is a performance car that can beat every Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, you name it, you have to sacrifice a little bit of storage, but that's okay to have the fastest car in the world. And you gotta be careful when you close it because this is not really meant to be slammed, the latch on the front, so just keep that in mind as well. Alrighty, so that's gonna conclude the short intro and overview of the Model S Plaid. Again, if you're interested, definitely contact the email that's on your screen. And there is one more thing that I wanted to show you. Right now in beta mode, as you may have noticed, there is no shifters, no gear selector. It's all down to this seat belt. So you can see as I plug the seat belt in, it says tap the brake to activate drive. Okay, so when I tap the brake, I can just start driving right away. Isn't that cool? Pretty dope. And then the other thing that you can see over here, if I wanted to shift into reverse, I can just drag this backwards. And now I'm in reverse. And you don't necessarily have to be stopped to shift into the opposite gear. So I just shift into forwards and I'm going forwards. So that's pretty cool too, dude. So Shawty, again, if you're interested, definitely let me know and we'll see what we can do. Also, let me know if there's any other videos that you want to see about the Plaid.